Yeah. How have you been in general, eh?
I've been good. I've been good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I have had moments where, like, it's just like whenever like all the drama happened. You know what I mean? And you just
Oh,
like have
yeah.
those feelings of like, okay, well, I don't know if like, like, like you have like moments of uncertainty when like drama happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And,
And
yeah, no, sorry.
and so like, and especially like for people who are like overthinkers. You know what I mean? It gets even worse because
Mm-hmm.
then you're like, okay, well, I don't know if I'm like where I should be. Like maybe I shouldn't be. Hold on. Why is Blonde
That's no
Boy
worry.
texting me?
But back to what you were saying.
Oh yeah, so it's one of those things, right? Where I think it happens with anybody, anyone and everyone.
Mm.
Whenever drama happens and the family kind of has like a rift, you know what I mean? Or like
Yeah,
any,
but like it's kind of separated but not
yeah,
separated.
yeah. Especially like when people like have I'm gonna be honest, it felt like a lot of people like, people were trying to big dick each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
And it
that's what I was
was
told when I came
Oh
back. Is
yeah,
like everyone was.
it was a massive. Just everybody had that energy of like wanting to step up and be. And I get that, and I appreciate that people want to step up. And there's a difference between stepping up and just there's a difference between doing that and just trying to big dick just because. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It just it creates rifts and it creates like a whole like, okay, well, makes you kind of question of like, okay, well, is this actually like, am I supposed to be, am I where I'm supposed to be, or like
Mhm.
am I actually like a valuable, like, to both, not just the family but like to the thing as a whole thing, you know what I mean? And then it
Mhm.
kind of makes you question, you know what I mean, like your position, or like where you are, you know what I mean? Because you're like,
Yeah.
because then it's like, because listen, I'm not the type of person that's gonna sit there and big pick somebody. I'm not that type of
No,
person,
100%. I'm the
and
same, you know.
the fact that like it was just, I don't know, the vibes because of that weren't there, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
everybody was like arguing with each other, and it was a lot. And so yeah, I think in any situation, and anybody in that situation kind of has that same feeling of like, oh well, I don't know if I should be here, or if I should,
Yeah. That's
should.
why I took some time away because everyone was like, for example, when I did kick Dean out, MDMA was the only people that actually understood, being like, yeah, that makes sense, and then
Yeah.
MDM was questioning me and being like, well, you have your personal relationship with him, and I'm like, well, I was talking to him as like a as a 2IC to MDMA, this and that,
Yeah.
and everyone was just arguing who was right, who would be right, and why they're right, and blah blah blah. So I
Hmm.
was just like, nah, I just need some time to myself, and it was like this is too much, like, because at the end of the day, like, I feel like there's been a lot of arguing within the family,
Oh, a lot.
a lot of arguing,
I mean,
and
then
you're not
I mean,
wrong when it comes to, yeah.
even now, like that's kind of like where I think the whole like Matt and James thing kind of like sparked from, and
Mm-hmm.
it's still going. Is where Matt's like sitting there saying that James is a chain chaser because he backed you,
Yeah.
and it's like that's I mean, okay, like that's not what you should really
Matt
consider
was
a
a
chain chaser.
yeah, and Matt was the same thing too. And I talked to Matt about it, and he's like, "Well, if people are getting dish to me, they should be able to handle it." And I'm like, "Matt, that doesn't like, you're just adding more fuel to the fire. Like, if you have an issue with something, vocalize it, you know."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, that's not me." And he acts like it's you're a pussy if you talk about it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I 1000% get it, because I'm not gonna lie, that was a big reason of me taking my little break. Is,
Hmm.
am I in the right spot in the family? Am I doing what's best for the family? Am
Yeah.
I, if I have half my gang members questioning what I did, was it the right decision?
Yeah. Yeah, and like part of like for me, it was more of like, well, everybody's like arguing and nobody's like wanting to like, and then people that are wanting the big dick because they're trying to step up, and it's like,
Hmm.
then it's like, okay, well, I don't like,
You
am
just
I
can't be
supposed to?
asked to deal with that
Well,
shit, you
yeah,
know?
well that too, but also like, okay, well, like, am I expected to like do the same thing? Like, is the people expect me to do the same thing? Yeah, So it's just a whole entire mess. But
Yeah, no, I get that. And, you know, you are a big, crucial part of this family, whether it's, you know, a chain member, whether it's someone in authority, whether it's this, whether it's that. Because people like you do help
shut
me
up,
out. Like,
Shaz.
remember when we had that conversation with Matt?
Mm-hmm.
You help me out whenever it's seen fit. You know,
Yeah.
you're never, and I think that's been the issue with the family for a while is people when it comes to like the big dicking and when it comes to like that shit, it's they only care about themselves at that moment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one big thing that's in a sense changed within this family, and I kind of want to roll back a little bit where we're about the family, and you can be selfish at moments,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end of the day, whatever's best for the family is what we do. We don't,
Yeah.
oh, I'm better than you, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that, oh, I know how to do this, so that makes me better than you,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this, oh, that, oh, this, oh, that, you know, like I never wanted to be like that, and that's why, like, when I was talking to the boys, I was like, you know, whether it's Saint, whether it's Sparky, whether it's Matt, if they have an idea, instead of shutting down their idea, of course, if it's like stupid, where it's like a plan where you're jumping onto like concrete from a helicopter with no parachute, sure,
Yeah.
you know. But at the end of the time, like end of the day, just enable each other and help each other out instead of shutting each other down because it's not
Yeah.
what you want to do. It's oh well, Matt has this nice idea. Let's go do it. Let's help Matt with it.
Yeah.
Oh, Saint has this idea. Let's go do it. You know. But I think a point has come where we've been more selfish and we can't put our pride aside to be in the sidelines, if
Yeah.
that makes sense, you
Yeah.
know?
And the thing is,
And that's
it's
an
not
issue I've
like
noticed for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing to be selfish, but there's times where like you need to put the selfishness aside. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like some people don't get that. You know?
Yeah, and it kind of happened with the weed shit where everyone was being like, okay, we're gonna go help Eli. So there have been points where like we have been not selfish and been like, okay, let's put that aside. But I think it comes like it kind of disappears when it isn't included with the weed shit, you know?
Yeah.
No, I 1000% agree with you, and you know, we love you in this family, and you know, never. I get sometimes you overthink, because I did the same thing. I questioned my position in this family. I questioned that, so I understand that, but you know, never doubt that you're not an asset to this family, because you are.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. That's the thing is, you know,
No.
we're a family that operates like a gang, I guess. Is the best way to put it.
Ice is so good.
It's like a 50-50, you know what I mean?
50-50. Yeah.
Summer, thank you so much for the 9 months and reborn. Thank you so much for the 8
I
months.
don't
Thank
know.
you, thank you.
Hopefully things get better, but sometimes I'm like, how do I make things better, you know?
Yeah, I guess it's one of those things where, right, where they say like things get worse before they get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then, and once they do get better, it's like really good, you know. So.
Yeah. Because the thing is, I never want to treat the gang as like it's like a militant, what's it called? Like where I'm treating you guys like you guys are my soldiers, and I don't care about you guys. But at some points, it kind of feels like I have to do that with certain people, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, if you have to, you have to, you know.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing I need to come to the realization is, with some people I have to do that. Some people I can just chit chat to.
And some people
For
aren't
example,
gonna
if you
like
do
it
something
either,
wrong,
you know.
yeah, like for example, you do something wrong, I can talk to you. Ved did something wrong, I can go talk to him. If Eli did something wrong, I can go talk to him. Where when it comes to like Matt or Dean, I kind of need to be more militant and ruthless with them, you know?
Yeah.
Because they don't understand words. Like even with Dean, when I was telling him this is what I want you to do as a 2IC to like a MDMA member, he didn't understand that until he got out of the car and cooled down, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like if you can't listen in that moment, you know, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I need to properly separate is make sure, you know, with the people who need to be treated that way, get that treatment, because otherwise they'll just walk all over me.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. Like you said, I hope it's the storm before the calmness or whatever they say. Yeah.
And plus, I mean that whole entire situation is still fresh. You know what I mean? So it'll
Yeah.
take some time to reel everything back in. Once you reel it
Yeah.
back in, I think it'll be good. It'll be really, really good.
Yeah. 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 I think we need to have a family bonding day one day.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah. We'll have to plan something nice, do it, boom, bang, bing, and go crazy with it.
Ooh.
Because as much as we fight, as much as we argue, we have a nice little family bonding day to make sure
Too cute.
everyone remembers why we're here at the end of the day, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe like
What do you
one of
think
those like not a manhunt, but like maybe like something like that, like a little.
We could do
little
a manhunt.
event.
We could do manhunt. We could do the blind race. We could even do we can do like a hide and seek. We could do. Were you there for the maze video we did for Jiggity Studios?
I don't think so.
So there's a maze that pretty much was last man standing, but that'd be short. So we could just do like an event of like everything.